That exercising outside. Good thing some gyms are open partially, but it is tough.
Stay inside, yeah. So the question is, any relief in sight?
Temperature-wise, yes, and that means we'll have to have an onshore flow, so we may just move the problem somewhere else, but it might get better in the Central Valley before that 7-day forecast is done. Let's head outside and I'll show you. Ooh, there you go. That's our Holiday Inn Sacramento downtown arena camera. And it looks like a foggy day, but that's not a foggy day. That's a smoky day out there. Sacramento River, obviously, right smack dab in the middle of that screen. Here are your numbers. Records about 102, so we are close in Sacramento. We may have already popped past that, but right now it's 101. 99 Stockton, 96 Modesto, 99 for Marysville. We should be in the mid-80s, so we are way above average. Humidity 12%, dew points about 40. Winds are out of the north-northwest, so that's keeping things dry, and the barometric pressure is steady at 29.93. So we do have fair skies out there outside of the smoke and haze. We'll have a couple of clouds over toward the west. And speaking of the west, we have a heat advisory situation over there for at least the next day or so, because we're looking at temperatures, possibly San Francisco will be in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees for tomorrow. We're going to be between about 95 and 100 degrees, and you'll notice this high pressure dome on top of us. It's not moving, it's just staying right there. It may weaken a little as we get into, say, Friday. That'll be the leading edge of where we're going to start to see some cooling as we get into the weekend. As this rolls toward us, we'll probably see daytime highs by the end of the weekend into the upper 80s. As we get into next week, which obviously is October, we're going to be into the lower 80s for a day or so, and that's some good news. It'll be a welcome change, and to do that, we're going to have to stir things up, so that'll be some good news. Upper 90s, low 100s, not a great way to get into October with haze and smoke for the northern San Joaquin Valley. Roseville tomorrow at 98, Sacramento 98, Vacaville 100 degrees with haze and smoke to get going for October 1st. Haze and smoke and very warm in the foothills, low to mid 90s, Jackson and Sonora. 88 tomorrow for Pollock Pines. 92 for Georgetown, 95 for Auburn. We'll continue with some smoke and haze issues up in Plumas County. Temperatures there in the upper 80s to the lower 90s. We'll have some northeast winds tomorrow afternoon. That may push a little bit of haze out of that basin there, but still we're going to go potentially smoke and haze at least early on, low to mid 80s up there. And then over toward the west, it's breezy and then sunny and 82 for Monterey for the afternoon, mid 90s for San Jose. And we'll end up with partly cloudy, a little hazy, and how about 90 for San Francisco? Ugly, 104 for Santa Rosa, 102, and a bit blustery for Fairfield tomorrow with some gusts maybe to 20. Look at that! We'll get down into the upper 80s as we get into next week, and then lower 80s as early as Wednesday. So next week's looking pretty good everywhere. Cool on the coast, so much better than the next day or so. Nice up there in the Sierra, and we've got some mid and lower 80s for the foothills as early as Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Tony?